Would you consider yourself an adventurous eater? Do culinary conquests excite your palate? Well, here's a list of foods all over the world that are absolutely to die for. Seriously, because preparing or eating them the wrong way can send you straight to the ER. Here's our secret menu of 10 dangerous food that can kill you. What's up, fact addicts? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Watch out for our top pick because it's one lethal dish only highly trained chefs are allowed to prepare. Bon appetit! Number 10. Octopus. Octopus is actually a common dish in many countries. It can be grilled, boiled, deep fried, or prepared with sauces. So if tentacles are something that tickles your fancy, you can definitely have them different ways. However, in some countries like South Korea and Japan, people prefer to eat their octopus raw. But you better think 8 times before eating fresh octopus like this food vlogger. Because eating it raw can be a serious choking hazard. The octopus's tentacles can still move for about an hour after it has been severed because each arm has its own control system of about 400,000 neurons. When swallowed, the suction cups from the limbs can get stuck inside the throat, blocking off air supply. This is what happened to a South Korean woman in 2010 who collapsed, stopped breathing, and died in the hospital 16 days after a tentacle got stuck in her throat. Raw octopus could suck the life out of you. Keep watching because our number 1 dish might just give you a food coma of the worst kind.
I need you to move your eyes up and down.
Number 9. Ackee Fruit. Considered as Jamaica's national fruit, the Ackee fruit tastes something similar to cream cheese, avocado, or almonds, and is typically served with saltfish. It is harvested when the pod splits open, but watch out because not all of the fruit is edible. The pod and the black seeds are discarded because they are known to cause what is called the Jamaican vomiting sickness or toxic hypoglycemic syndrome. Symptoms may include vomiting, loss of consciousness, and seizures. Without immediate medical attention, death is just around the corner. In 2011, 60 cases of Ackee poisoning and 36 deaths were reported in Haiti within a 3-month period. Yep, they're more toxic than your crazy ex-boyfriend, Brittany. Number 8. Ghost pepper. Do you prefer your meals extra hot? Did you know that eating spicy food can trigger the release of endorphins, giving you an instant feeling of pleasure? No wonder so many people are crazy for chili. But the chemical that triggers the euphoria called capsaicin can also be deadly when consumed in high amounts. The ghost pepper, or boot jolokia, is a hybrid chili pepper cultivated in northeast India. It held the Guinness World Record for world's hottest chili pepper in 2007 and is described to be 400 times hotter than Tabasco sauce and 200 times spicier than a jalapeno. According to a 1980 study, 3 pounds of powdered ghost pepper eaten all at once can kill a 150-pound person. And this pepper is so potently hot that the Indian government reportedly used it once to make tear gas grenades. Now that's a literal explosion in your mouth. Number 7. Giant African Bullfrog. In Namibia, the giant African bullfrog is actually considered a delicacy, and locals do eat the whole thing. However, it contains enough poison to be considered lethal. When consumed, the toxicity in their skin and organs can cause kidney failure, burning urine, and in worst-case scenarios, death. The secret to surviving an African bullfrog degustation? The timing. Aside from preparing it properly and cooking it well, diners are advised to eat it after the 3rd rain of the Namibian meteorological cycle, or when the bullfrogs start croaking and breeding. Don't ask me why. I totally don't have any intentions of feasting on these frogs, or any type of frogs for that matter, anytime soon. Number 6. Cassava. If you love your baobab, then you're probably familiar with tapioca, the starch extracted from the roots of the cassava plant used to make those oh-so-chewy balls. Aside from that, the cassava root crop is also used to make pudding, juice, cakes, or chips. However, its roots and leaves contain cyanogenic glucosides, which could result in cyanide poisoning. So, it's an absolute must to rinse and cook cassava properly to reduce the cyanide to non-toxic levels. Back in 2005, 100 students got poisoned and 27 were killed in the Philippines after eating an ill-prepared cassava snack. Sadly, the hospital was 20 miles away from the school, resulting in the high mortality. In September 2017, 98 people got ill while 2 others died in Uganda of cyanide poisoning after consuming a cassava flour dish. Number 5. Casu Marzu. Did somebody say Italian cheese? How about a slice of this exotic Sardinian cheese that's made from sheep milk and one very special ingredient: maggots! Blah! In making Casu Marzu, the cheese crust is cut open, inviting flies to enter and lay their eggs on it. The maggot excretions give the cheese that distinctive soft texture and rich flavor. Casu Marzu is also meant to be eaten with the maggots alive because dead larvae mean the cheese has gone bad. While locals consider this cheese to be an aphrodisiac, eating fly larvae can trigger allergic reactions. These parasites may also survive stomach acids, allowing them to set up camp in our gut. This can cause intestinal myositis, a condition characterized by abdominal pain, fever, vomiting, gastric lesions, anal itch, and diarrhea. Yes! The cheese is so dangerous it was actually banned by the European Food Safety Authority. Grazie, but no grazie.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Number 4. Nutmeg. I know what you're thinking. How can this spice rack staple be so dangerous? But hold your eggnog, because nutmeg can actually have hallucinogenic effects, much like LSD.
Feel free to leave.
In 2007, research revealed that intoxication from nutmeg can lead to profuse sweating, flushed face, delirium, and dry throat, accompanied by hallucinations and confusion. The study also revealed that the toxic dose of nutmeg is 5 to 15 grams or 1 to 3 teaspoons. The effects usually pass after 24 hours, but in some cases, nutmeg psychosis sets in for up to 6 months. Number 3. Hákarl. The late, great Anthony Bourdain once described it as the single worst, most disgusting and terrible tasting thing he had ever tried. And for sure, this Icelandic dish is an acquired taste, to say the least. The Hákarl is cured and fermented Greenland shark meat with a scent so pungent, even Icelanders both love it and hate it. The Greenland shark does not have a urinary tract, so all its waste and toxins are filtered through its skin and flesh. But not only does the meat reek of urine, it is also potentially deadly when eaten fresh. The shark contains high levels of urea and the toxin trimethylamine oxide, which can cause intestinal distress, convulsions, and possible death if consumed in large quantities. This is why the fish is fermented and hung to dry between 3 to 5 months. The intentional rotting helps neutralize the toxins and makes it safer for eating. And in case you're wondering, the taste has been described in varying terms from mild and fishy to strong as blue cheese. Number 2. Blood clams. These species of clams look like they're bleeding because of their hemoglobin content. When harvested and cooked correctly, these clams are typically safe to eat. In some parts of Europe, they are even served both as street food and high-end gourmet. However, when their environment is unsanitary or polluted, the clams will make you scream bloody hell. The hemoglobin in the clam acts as an incubator, carrying diseases caused by toxic waste in water and transferring them to the unsuspecting consumer. In 1988, blood clams from Jiangsu province caused an outbreak of hepatitis A in Shanghai, infecting 300,000 people and taking 31 lives. I guess when it comes to these clams, it's better to practice seashell distancing. Before we go to our number 1 pick, Do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content, and of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app's settings. Number 1, pufferfish. Dubbed as the Russian roulette of sushi, eating pufferfish or fugu is like gambling with the Grim Reaper. The fish contains lethal amounts of tetrodotoxin in its inner organs. This toxin can cause paralysis and death, and sadly, there is still no antidote for it. Statistics show that between 1996 and 2006, 34 to 64 people were hospitalized from eating fugu, while up to 6 people died. Despite the fatal threat, fugu is still considered one of the most expensive meals in Japan, and only fugu-licensed chefs, those who trained rigorously for about 3 years, are allowed to serve this dish. The preparation involves a very intricate art of slicing where every centimeter counts. Call me unrefined, but why would anyone pay a hefty price just to potentially poison themselves is beyond me. So, do you think any of these foods are worth risking your life for? Let us know in the comments section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Craving more culinary curiosities? Then don't miss our ranking of the 15 strangest last meal requests on death row. Till then, eat your veggies, Factnetics, and see you in the next video.